Once upon a time, in a land filled with magic, there was a girl named Bibi Jane who traveled to a distant castle in the south of France to meet up with 25 strangers.
So basically, I'm part of this thing called Creator Camp, and we are trying to bring together the next generation of storytellers, artists, musicians, to try to create a more colorful and meaningful internet. We're doing our first international event, and we're curious if you want to come out.
This might be one of the craziest things that I say yes to, but I think it'd be crazier if I miss up on this opportunity.
Oh, wait. Whoa. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Wake up, man. Wake up, bro.
What the?
Nah, we ain't.
It's the first day here at base camp. Even saying it out loud still feels a bit surreal. All of this feels surreal. All of this feels like a movie or a dream. And as much as I'm trying to enjoy everything in a moment, there's something not letting me enjoy it all. I guess I'm just a little bit overwhelmed by all of it, and I wish I wasn't. I wish I was the type of person that didn't get overwhelmed by being in big groups. I wish I was the person that didn't experience— oh my god, that's the biggest bug ever.
I made you a flower string.
Oh, no one's ever made me that before.
How's it going? I haven't heard from you in a while. I hope that's because you've just been having the time of your life and you're super busy with everything. But yeah, let me know how it's been. It looks like so much fun. The castle looks freaking amazing. I hope you're having a good time.
Hello, hi. I'm so sorry. I've been so MIA. It's great. I've just been thinking about how ever since I became an adult, I haven't allowed myself this amount of time and space to think about the why behind everything I do. I feel really at home with everyone here, and I think it has something to do with that. Like that why. Like why we create. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, miss you. Bye.
Little did Bibi Jane know, this enchanting experience tiptoed into her life just when she needed it most.
Hello, my name is Bibi Jane.
Hi, Jane.
I am based in Amsterdam, Netherlands, and
I feel like I was kind of hard on myself yesterday. It's okay for me to feel a bit out of place. I mean, I am a bit out of place, right? I'm in a country with 25 strangers I've never met before. Like, it's okay, Bibi. You're allowed to feel a bit uncomfortable with that.
On that foggy morning, Bibi Jane understood that the only way to get rid of the uncomfort is to face it. So she wandered through the castle, determined to find the answer to the question that had been haunting her. Why do you create?
Why do I create?
What do we create? At this point, I feel like I have no choice in the matter. It's just part of who I am.
The reason why I create is, to me, it's kind of like unexplainable. It's kind of like an innate force.
It's just like this innate drive for me to create. But I think a deeper reason is because I can't really communicate with words that well. Conversations are hard because I have social anxiety, and I never felt like I've been able to be truly understood just by talking to people.
Because I was like very shy growing up. I was like literally, sometimes if I see a new person, I'll hide behind a friend and I just will not talk. Like I'll just keep to myself. And I think that, I don't know like what that is, but like I think I had a lot to say, but I didn't like using words to say it when I was younger. And so a lot of like my angst, frustration, like sadness, all of that, I would just like pour into my art.
It's like a very Victorian, like...
Wait, what's it on?
I think the nice thing about having so much land around us is that you can kind of escape at any moment, and I feel like that's what's been really helping me not feel overwhelmed. But what's been making me feel even better is seeing other people also do it, because sometimes I feel like, I kind of find it frustrating that I need that alone time to recharge, but then I see other people do it and I'm like, wait a second, like, this is not just me, and I'm not crazy, and it's normal, I guess. It's That's how I've been feeling here. Like, the people here make me feel normal and understood. How long have you been drawing?
I've been drawing since I could hold a pencil. So like in elementary school, I started drawing. Yeah.
During one of the workshops at the castle, the attendees were asked to build their world on paper. While everyone drew away, Bibi Jane stared at a blank sheet for 10 minutes. Then she wrote down 2 things she had never thought about before. She dreamed of owning a farm and being a kid again.
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, when we were writing that mind map, kind of like what you said, it was like your first time like doing that stuff. In my head, I was like, damn, same. Like while I was doing it, because like, fuck, what do I want to do? Like, is this stuff so overwhelming? Like,
and it's also like, how come I never asked myself this question, you know?
Yeah. Well, if you look at it this way, it's like you were never like in a position to ask yourself that question until recently.
But I think it's also really important for me to let my inner child play. And I think whatever I create, it's the little Sonia in me who wants to play. Because in my early years of childhood, I didn't really had a lot of creative freedom. So I think now by just allowing her to do whatever, I'm healing her as well.
Growing up, I never really felt understood, and I never really felt like I had a place, because I'm both like Asian and growing up in a place where there's not really anyone else that looks like me, and I'm like mixed, so culturally I never really felt like I had a place either. And my like lack of communication skills, like expressing myself at all, was like really, really difficult.
I don't know what it is exactly, but there's something about being here or being with the people I'm with that brings out like the inner child in me. All of a sudden I have this urge to like climb a tree or just run through the field, and I feel like that urge is also there when I'm not here, but I feel like being here, it feels like I'm not going to be judged. Like it feels more safe to do it here.
Like, it's simultaneously such a beautiful thing to have people you love all over the world, but it's also so devastating. It breaks my heart. I hate having to say goodbye. I hate it. And like knowing that you will never have everyone in the same place. Like, it destroys me.
I think these days it's less about the growth of social media and more about like the connections I make through my social media.
The reason that I started creating content was so I could meet other people who thought the same way that I did.
Yeah, I guess somehow we kind of speak the same language.
Exactly. Every time. It's like you don't even have to like talk to each other for very long before it's like, oh yeah, I feel like we knew each other for like mad long. Like that's how it feels every time.
Because I feel like we've been friends for like forever, even though we literally just met like 2-3 days ago.
I feel seen. Probably the first time in my life, I feel seen and people notice what I do, and that makes them feel something.
Like, it makes me so emotional. Like, I just never like had anything like that before. Like I said, like I was always like alone and everything. But like hearing that from people, it's like, wow, like I feel like I could make a change, you know, for others are going through the same thing that I'm going through. Yeah, it's just amazing.
Once upon a time, in a land filled with magic, there was a girl named Bibi Jane who traveled to a distant castle in the south of France to find the answer to one lingering question. As she was leaving the castle, she realized it wasn't about figuring out why these strangers create. It was about figuring out how in just 5 days you can go from strangers to friends. How you can go from saying nice to meet you to I'll miss you. It was about learning how to be a kid again. About dreaming with no boundaries. About creating memories that would last a lifetime. And most importantly, it was about realizing that the answers we seek are often found within ourselves, reflected back by the hearts of those we meet along the way.
We advise you to have another look at the safety of board card. In case of an evacuation, leave everything behind and follow the instructions of the crew.